From New Line Cinema, the studio that brought you Cool Hand Cage, Hard to Cage, and Rebel Without a
Like,
Cage.
really? They got this old guy
comes
playing
Uncaged Fury,
Johnny Cage?
starring Johnny Cage.
It's showtime.
He don't even look like a Johnny Cage. Clearly not him doing
They
that.
pissed him off. They fucked with his shades. They should have brought more guys.
You should have brought more guys.
Uncaged Fury. Coming to a theater near you this October.
Okay, guys, so that was the trailer to Mortal Kombat 2, Uncaged Fury. I guess it's supposed to revolve around Johnny Cage. That, like, honestly, bro, to me, that looked not good. For one, Johnny Cage is supposed to be like a young, pretty boy that knows martial arts, and like, guys, this actor is pretty old. Like, if I were to guess, this guy's probably in his 40s or 50s. I was expecting an actor to be like in his 20s and 30s playing this character. But, from what I can tell, man, Hollywood is like a fraternity, and basically once you get in good with a lot of, directors, producers, people who run the show, people who call the shots and, do the hiring and stuff like that. Like, once you're friends with them and you're in good with them, like, you pretty much are going to get roles. Not to say that the guy isn't a good actor, because he is, but this just, to me, this isn't the role for him. I feel like he's too old. He doesn't seem athletic to do this stuff. I guarantee they're having a stunt double do all of his action scenes. And it's one of those things where it's like, if you're not capable of doing the action scenes, bro, then why are we not giving it to someone who can both do the acting and the action scenes for the most part? Like, I just find it bizarre that they casted him to do Johnny Cage. Like, he's just not a Johnny Cage to me. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. The action in this little thing here looked choreographed. Who has some really good fluent action? I'm not saying that this person should play Johnny Cage, but the kind of action I would expect out of Johnny Cage is, the action that I've seen with this person, this character. But Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, like, he has super smooth, very fluent action scenes, especially when it comes to him using his katanas and stuff like that. But yeah, just really, really good action scenes. And that's what I kind of expect from, Johnny Cage, like, real fluent, real pretty, real Hollywood type shit. And what I just saw right now is, like, it looked like they were moving a little slower, looked like they were counting in their head, and it just looked very choreographed. So I don't know. Not very impressed by this trailer. Now, in regards to the Mortal Kombat 1, the reboot, I thought it was okay. I thought that Sub-Zero was really cool. I thought Scorpion was really cool. I thought that I loved Kano, the guy who played Kano. He was hilarious. I love that guy. But there was still a lot to be desired from Mortal Kombat 1. Like, I felt like the guy who played Liu Kang was pretty weak. And in the original Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang was the guy, so to have Liu Kang in the Mortal Kombat reboot be so, like, kind of boring and lackluster and stuff like that, like, it was very disappointing. Same thing with, like, Raiden and some of the guys who could have really really been cool, I felt like they were like lackluster. So, you know, I mean, hopefully with this second Mortal Kombat, hopefully they do a little bit better. But from what I'm seeing, it looks like this one could be pretty bad. Potentially, because like in the first one too, I felt like the main character, I forget what the guy's name was, you know, he ended up having that gold suit or whatever towards the end. I felt like his character was horrible, bro. He was so lame, so boring, so not cool that I was just like, wow, this shit, the main character flopped, you know, so to speak. So it looks like Johnny Cage is supposed to be the main character of the sequel, and I just hope that, you know, I hope we get a good movie, man. You know, I really do, because the Mortal Kombat franchise is cool in its own right, but you got to have the right people doing it. And I mean, for them to have this guy who plays, you know, Butcher and, you know, the boys, and, you know, he played like a henchman in, you know, Thor Ragnarok, you know, to Hera. And I mean, you know, like he just doesn't, he's not Johnny Cage to me, you know. Honestly, if you gonna get an old dude to play Johnny Cage, like maybe Tom Cruise, you know what I'm saying? Tom Cruise looks like a Johnny Cage, you know what I'm saying? And Tom Cruise does his own stunts, you know, and he's very athletic, you know, even at his age. So, you know, if you're gonna really bring somebody in where it's like, oh, I want to bring in an A-list actor who's well known and blah blah blah, but they're older, you should have brought in Tom Cruise, you know. Or I forget what the dude's name is. The guy who plays Hawkeye in, the guy who plays Hawkeye in Avengers. That dude looks like a Johnny Cage. Oh wait, no, he had that accident. Okay, before the accident, he was very athletic. Definitely had the charisma and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I remember he did have that snowplow accident. And I don't know if he's able to move around the way he used to, you know. Man, I'm telling you, bro, sometimes things that happen in life can really set you back and stuff. So I hope that guy is doing well. But yeah, man, I'm just not feeling it with this guy. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that, you know, he's a good Johnny Cage to look forward to, or do you agree with me? Hit like if you like this video, hit subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys later. Bye.